is column and knee type milling machine. Now let's see what are the different parts of this machine. Here you can see this part. It is known as the base of the machine. It forms the foundation and it supports all other parts of the machine. So all the cutting forces and stresses are transmitted to the foundation by this base. It also serves as a reservoir for the coolant. When we perform some cutting action, in some operations it is necessary to use the coolant. So for that it also serves that purpose. It is a reservoir for the coolant also. It is generally made of cast iron because cast iron has very good compressive strength and very good castability. Here you can see it is another component. This component, this particular vertical component is known as the column. It houses the driving mechanism for the cutter. Here this component is known as the knee. It is a knee of the machine, and on this knee you can see this table is mounted. It is work table. On this table these T-slots are provided. So with the help of this table, T-slots and these centers, we can mount the workpiece as it is shown here, right? Here you can see the vertical face of this column has highly machined guideways. These are the guideways on which this knee is mounted. This knee is mounted on this guideways, and this knee is a movable part. This knee can move upward and downward. It is a movable part. It can move up also or it can move down also. So because of that movement, we would be able to provide up and down movement to the workpiece. Okay. Now let's see what are another feed which can be provided to this work table. Okay. So one feed motion that can be provided, that is in this direction. This direction is known as the x direction movement. If we provide this feed in this direction, then it is known as the y direction. And if we move this assembly in this way, up or down, then it is known as the z direction movement. So workpiece can be provided three types of the feed in three directions: x, y and z. So according to our need and size of the workpiece, we have to provide the feed motion. Okay. Now this part is known as the overarm, and here this arbor is mounted. This part is known as the arbor, and actually it is extension of the spindle. It is a spindle of the machine, and this part is the arbor part. These are the braces which supports this arm, and on this arbor this cutter is fitted. It is a plain milling cutter by which we can perform the milling operations. So it is one type of the cutter. There are some another type of cutter also, but here in particular this operation we are going to use this plain milling cutter. And this mechanism here, it is, you can see this mechanism, it is a indexing mechanism, because if we want to cut the gear on this machine, then it is necessary to provide the feed in such a way that we can get the moved distance equal to pitch of the gear. So how that can be obtained? That can be obtained by operating this indexing head and this indexing pin. Here this indexing plate are provided, and there is some calculation. By that calculation we can find out how much movement we have to provide to this particular indexing pin. This machine has been provided with display unit also. Here all the three movements which we have discussed just now, that is x, y and z, how much feed is provided, that we can know from this display unit. Okay, so let's see what are the movements which are possible, which can be displayed on this unit. So now let's see this Z movement. So these are the three movements which are possible. Now let's start the machine. Workpiece is already mounted here, and it is one job which is already made on this milling machine. It is a spur gear. So all these teeth are cut on this milling machine, and a similar type of this job is fitted here. Milling cutter is rotated by the spindle. We are providing hand feed. So right now this work table is moving in this direction. It is moving in this direction. Let's take another cut also. This movement is shown here, how it is moving. Hand feed is provided to the work table. Now here it is an indexing mechanism which can be operated by the indexing pin. You can see how it can be revolved. So when we revolve this crank pin by certain amount, this spindle is rotated. We are taking on the same workpiece. You can see how this spindle is, it was rotated when we rotated crank pin. So now next position is set for the cutter. what are different types of the movement that can be provided to this work table. So first movement is vertical movement of this knee member. It is provided by this handle. On display unit you can see it shows the movement. It is in Z direction. So that is vertical movement, up and down movement. Second type of the movement that we are going to provide by this handle. You can see on display unit it is Y movement of this table, and it is moving in this direction. This table can move in this direction or in this direction. So that is crosswise movement, or it is movement in the Y direction. And now let's see the X direction movement that is provided by that hand wheel. Here this work table is moving in this direction. So it is the movement in X direction. On display unit also you can see it is moving in the X direction. So these are three main movements which can be provided to the work table.